This is La Cocinita. It's a tribute to my grandmother, Marita, my father's mother. And she used to live in a small one-bedroom apartment in Hialeah with a very tiny little kitchen. And the kitchen was like her laboratory. She made the most amazing food. And as a child, I remember spending time in that kitchen. It actually didn't have a table in there. This is kind of a combination of the table that was outside of the kitchen um, and the kitchen itself. But what I wanted to do was show her in her element, cooking the rice and beans up here and the fried plantains here. We got a pot of some kind of soup or something like that. You got the garlic, the bay leaf, the little timer, salt shaker. Down here we have a plantain, uncooked, and a mortar, which is also known as a pilon. And this is a really important symbol, cultural symbol, really, for many people, not just Cubans, but Caribbean people, because this is where you mash together different spices and ingredients, and it's a really powerful symbol. Um, and this painting essentially was meant to capture sort of her spirit, her uh, her dress really has sort of a patchwork quilt quality, and it has different symbols that represent aspects of her life and her identity. Um, some more abstract than others, musical symbols, references to music like the bass and treble clef, um, different symbols that represent aspects of our traditional spiritual practices in Cuba. Also, the scissor, the button, which represent her sewing different clothing and mending things, as well as the coffee cup and the hummingbird, which she really loved a lot. And essentially, different aspects, the enya, which refers to the fact that she only spoke Spanish, she didn't speak English. And really, it's just an expression of how vibrant she was as a person and how she represented our culture as a family, but also as a people, as immigrants. Um, the steam coming off of the rice and beans has a fragment of a song that is a song about pilgrimage in Cuba. There's a particular saint in Cuba, the patron saint of Cuba, which is La Caridad del Cobre. And there's a song which says, "Y si vas al cobre, quiero que me traigas." And then that's what you see written in the actual steam from the rice and beans. So it's a combination of sounds, smells, flavors, memories, um, everything that I remember fondly as a child learning in my grandmother's kitchen.